YouTube, what is going on? Welcome back to the channel. It's your boy Breezy, everything easy, sir, back with another banger. And today, I came across this video, man. It's titled "Feds Expose Diddy for Putting a Hit on Katt Williams," for exposing him. So we're gonna watch this video. I'm curious what this video is about, or if it's actually true or not. But yeah, I already know the topic of this whole, I think for the rest of the year, is going to be Diddy. So expect a lot of Diddy videos. And if you're new, like, comment, subscribe, hit that notification bell, and share this, man, to your friend, family, folk, whoever, man. We're on the road to 1,000 subs. Let's get it.
So it looks like the feds were not kidding when they announced that they were going to be going after Diddy from every angle, because they have moved on from his freak-offs and they're now exposing him for allegedly taking out his ops. The streets have been saying for a long time that Diddy allegedly unlives his ops, and it seems like we finally have some proof. Cassie said it in her lawsuit, Little Rod said it in his, and now the feds are claiming that Diddy allegedly tried to take out Katt Williams after Katt exposed him earlier this year on Club Shay Shay. The feds also came with some shocking receipts that expose just how lucky Katt is to be alive, and it's wild. You already know that Katt is never shy about spilling the tea, and that's what landed him in this mess in the first place. Everything he said was next level wild, and of course, he came through with some receipts to back it all up, especially with his claims about how Diddy desperately wanted to get him in his bed. But the real question is Diddy just head over heels for a Katt like Katt claimed, or is he so down bad that he's doing whatever it takes to get to Katt? Well, right after the new year, Shannon Sharp and Katt Williams decided to stir the pot with an interview that had the internet ablaze, completely in a chokehold. And Katt doesn't even talk much, but when he does, y'all, he really talks. This time he spilled some crazy serious tea that had everybody gagged. He had a lot to say about Hollywood's big names like Steve Harvey, Kevin Hart, and more. But the part that got everybody talking was the wild story he shared about Diddy. Like I said earlier, Katt mentioned that Diddy tried to seduce him and get him in his bed. You got to tell him no.
Now, I've had to turn down $50 million 4 times. 4 times. Just to protect my integrity and that virgin hole I was telling you about. Right. Because P. Diddy be wanting to party. And you gotta tell him no. You got to tell him no. I did. I did. See, I got the receipts for everything I'm telling you. That's why I can say them so freely.
Can I need no? You here, get your no.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
But according to the streets, when Katt turned Diddy down, the man allegedly went so far as to threaten to assault him. Now, unless you've been living under a rock or out in space somewhere, you probably already heard about the whispers about Diddy and his, let's say, extracurricular activities. But even before Katt spilled the tea, there have been rumors swirling for ages about Diddy trying to get a little too close to some young men in the industry. And that's just the tip of the iceberg. But for a hot minute now, people have been talking about how Diddy can't seem to keep it together and has been out here slaying it all over town. But here's the real twist.
That nigga Diddy is like the modern day mobster, bro. Like, the way he was moving, it was just so, like, mobsterish. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's really crazy, man. It is like, okay, I want your booty, but if you don't want to give it, now we have an issue. He's literally like the booty warrior, like from the Boondocks. He's literally the booty warrior.
It's not just with women, because the streets are claiming that Diddy has been getting flirty with the fellas too. And apparently his harem isn't just full of chicks, but some boys too. But honestly, this isn't even new information, because people have been whispering about Diddy for a while that he has a thing for the men. Because even back in the 90s, Wendy Williams was one of the few brave voices who tried to expose Diddy's alleged secret gay activities on her Hot 97 talk show. Diddy had serious power back then, and when he found out that Wendy was on to him, he didn't just sit back, because he ordered the ladies from his girl group Total to try to jump Wendy and teach her a lesson.
I remember I got off the air one day and them Total bitches were downstairs waiting, and everybody upstairs at the radio station was looking down, egging it on, waiting for something to go down. I wasn't yet married. My knight in shining armor screeched up in his car just out of nowhere. I didn't even know what was about to happen. Skell hiding like a girl. Thanks, Skell. I'm standing in the door like, what? And I'm literally about to go through now. I'm not like, what, let's fight, because I'm not one of those type of broads.
Well, anyways, Diddy definitely miscalculated on that one, because almost getting jumped was not enough to make Wendy back down. She kept dropping talks about him being on the down low, and Diddy wasn't having it. He got so mad that he ended up getting her fired from her job and basically tried to ruin her career.
There was a radio personality once upon a time. Her name was Wendy Williams, and she was practically burned at the stake for talking about such. And now it's all come full circle.
Wendy's now ex-husband Kevin Hunter also spoke about this in an interview, revealing just how close Diddy came to ruining Wendy's life and her career.
Is it true that Diddy got her fired from the radio station? Did he have anything to do with that?
I think that he had, yes, I think yes. Well, let's be clear, nobody got fired.
Okay.
He got suspended.
Okay.
Yeah. Did he use his influence and power with Steve Smith and them at the time, and God knows whatever his relationship was with the overall station, because Bad Boy was a powerhouse. We all know how Bad Boy dominated a large part of the 90s. And as far as New York, you know, there was a powerhouse. So was he, you know, King Joffrey Joe? Yeah. Did he go in there and shake him up and say, yo, you know, I want this chick off? She dissing my group and all kinds of shit, yeah.
Wendy was one of the few people who had the guts to call Diddy out on his BS. And that's exactly why people miss her so much. You just know she would have had a field day with this Diddy situation, especially when Cassie's lawsuit dropped. She'd be on that story like white on rice, giving us all the messy details with zero filter. But hopefully we're filling some of that gap. So hit subscribe if you like it. But also, isn't it wild that Diddy's first action was violence, or ordering his artist to jump Wendy? What happened to the good old dialogue and trying to talk it out like a mature adult? There was no reason for Diddy to immediately jump into violence, but then again, given what we know now about him, should we even be surprised? Or what really had fans feeling even worse about Diddy's violent side was Cassie filing her lawsuit against him. She accused him of not just hurting her, but also manipulating her.
Yo, look at his face, bro. Hold on. Like, look. Those eyes look like this man has been doing this shit for years. Like, he's giving you just like, y'all don't even know what I've been doing for all these years. But now we do, nigga. Now we do, mother. You know what I'm saying? Shit is crazy, but hey, Diddy's time to go down, brother.
Her throughout more than their 10-year relationship. But it didn't stop there. She claimed that he forced her to be intimate with male escorts that he'd bring to his freak-off parties. The lawsuit was so heavy that it literally came with a trigger warning right on the first page. Diddy thought settling out of court would put an end to it all, but that just opened the floodgates for even.
It's crazy because I remember this video here. Like, I forgot who he was talking to, but I remember that Cassie shook this dude's hand that they're talking to, and you could see in Diddy's face and his eyes like he was upset. He was very upset for some reason, not sure why, but yeah.
Even more legal trouble that he hadn't faced in years. Multiple women stepped forward with stories about how Diddy had allegedly essayed them, including one woman who claimed she was very young when it happened. This had everybody questioning what really went down in these freak-off parties and whether there was an actual consent involved. As Cassie said, she often felt like she had no choice in those situations. Now, don't get me wrong, being gay really isn't the issue here. Be gay, Diddy, we don't care. It's more about the behavior that Diddy allegedly showed. He can do whatever he wants in his bedroom. It's just the shady stuff that's got people talking. And all the secretiveness. The whole situation is just crazy because Diddy ended up hurting a lot of people along the way. Take Cassie's lawsuit, for example, where she claimed he forced her to be intimate with male escorts while he just sat back and got off on it. And according to Gene Deal, Diddy's former bodyguard, those freak-offs were for Diddy's pleasure in more ways than one. Gene pointed out that at these gatherings, they just wasn't about fun. They were designed to cater to Diddy's desires. Plus, if we look back at Cassie's lawsuit, she mentioned that Diddy had specific requests for what he wanted when he was hiring these male escorts for these freak-offs. It's wild to think about the level of control he allegedly had over the people and the situation.
She say that, you know, in this lawsuit that, you know, Diddy, he enjoyed watching her get smashed by BBCs. So, you know, what you think about that? Do you think she was the only one getting banged by him? Do you think this man had this woman search for prostitutes online just for them to have sex with her?
So is it just me, or does it seem like Gene doesn't like Diddy very much? I mean, it's sort of hard to blame him for not liking Diddy, because can you imagine what it meant to be working for Diddy and seeing all the nasty and crazy stuff he may have been doing? This kind of explains why he jumps at every opportunity that he can to expose as much as he can on Diddy. Okay, so back to Katt in the interview on Club Shay Shay. Katt built his own reputation for calling out every shady part of the industry, and he's not one to shy away from exposing the dirt that most fans are totally oblivious to. But when it comes to sketchy dealings with all the Illuminati nonsense, you definitely can't pay Katt enough to keep his mouth shut. He's never really been a fan of Diddy and has a history of calling him out for his questionable relationships with younger men. And Katt has even dropped the P word to describe Diddy, if you know and catch my drift. So people might think that Katt's recent comments are all about Cassie, but no, he's been coming for Diddy since way back in 2011. He exposed both Jermaine Dupri and Diddy for allegedly essaying the Criss Cross boys. Chris Kelly and Chris Smith were just kids when Jermaine Dupri noticed them in the 90s, and they were so young that they were still in elementary school at the time. But by the time they hit 12 and 13, they were making waves in the industry, and behind the scenes, things were dark. Allegedly, Jermaine was S.A.ing them and even passing them out to his friends in the industry, including Diddy. And it's just a wild and tragic situation. These young boys allegedly went through horrific acts for years, causing Chris Kelly to develop a drug problem due to the years of abuse. And the crazy part is that both boys had suspicions about Jermaine, but have been promised fame and fortune, and being the young boys they were, they succumbed to the pressure. And in an interview, Chris Kelly had this to say: "We were just playing video games at this mall in Atlanta when all of a sudden this dude comes to us and said he'd like for us to work with him as rap musicians. We had no idea who he was. In fact, I told my daddy that the guy was probably a child molester. Yeah, he basically looked at us all funny." And according to Gene Deal, the passing out of young stars wasn't just limited to Jermaine Dupri. Diddy also had his plans to pimp out the members of his girl band Danity Kane, allegedly.
Because I heard him, and I'm giving you this, Aubrey. He stood up there and he said, in front of a lot of people, we were in the studio, and I said something to him and walked out the studio. He said, "Yo, I'm a drug dick South and picked them out and pimped them out to my nigga." He said, "I'm gonna drug them out. I'm gonna get them all on drugs, and I'm gonna pimp their out to my." I was like, "Do somebody kids?"
Facts.
And walked out.
And Katt had known this since 2011, so when he called out Diddy and Jermaine Dupri, he used the P word.
What's happening, Clover? I'll be back to you if JD ain't had it. Yeah. Jermaine Dupri, king of the pedophiles in the ass me. Jermaine Dupri, small as a child. I was fucking Jenny.
But what's really crazy about this is that Diddy, knowing Katt's feelings about him, still tried to proposition him like he was some kind of lover boy. Like, what? It just doesn't add up. And according to Katt, Diddy went all out trying to get to him, even offering him $50 million for a one-night stand. Like, seriously? Diddy is definitely not getting out of these allegations unscathed. Katt didn't dive into all the details, but an insider revealed that
Bro, he offered Katt Williams $50 million to have a one-night stand. That's wild, bro. Yo, that's wild, bro. And the crazy thing about it, he probably would have recorded it and used it against him. He probably like, "Listen, I'm gonna give you $50 million. Boom, boom, boom." Katt don't even know there's a camera in the room. He like, "Listen, Katt, I have this footage of you and me doing this, so give me my money back." And he gets the cheeks.
Diddy wasn't happy about being turned down and allegedly even sent people after Katt to kidnap him and take him to some unknown spot. Allegedly, Katt barely managed to escape, and that's a big part of why he's kept his distance from Diddy. Sources say Katt believes Diddy was trying to force him into a freak-off against his will, and he's just lucky to have gotten out. Now, you'd think that that kind of experience would make Katt stay low and keep quiet, right? But if you thought that, you clearly do not know the man Katt. that man is impossible to intimidate. The Illuminati has been coming for him for years, allegedly, and he still calls them out. So Diddy's attempts to pressure him into a freak-off only made him more determined to speak out. Instead, it made him really mad. He decided he wanted to go in on Diddy and expose some wild tea that we didn't even know about, like the fact that the bromance between Diddy and Jay-Z goes way deeper than just a bromance, because there's a little bit of a hanky-panky thing going on, allegedly. But before we get into Katt's revelations, let's talk about how 50's...
Hey man, but we're gonna stop it right there. There's a lot going on, man. This video is about like 20 minutes, but we're gonna stop it right here. Let me know what you guys think in the comments. Honestly believe that Diddy probably did try to set up Katt, try to kidnap him, kill him, or force him to do things that he doesn't want to do. You know what I'm saying? I honestly do believe that, because that's the whole Diddy's personality. That's who he is. You know what I'm saying? So, but hey, comment below if you're new to the channel, like it, subscribe if you're new, show some love. We're on the road to 1,000 subs. I would appreciate you guys if you just sub up and watch some of the content. You know what I'm saying? But this your boy Breezy, and we going.